back to the Project Nomad. I'm Robert, and today we're installing some driving lights onto the 4runner's front bumper to get that extra light while driving at night. As you can see with the 4runner, it is back in our bay, and we are going to start working on its front end suspension because we did put a decent sized lift in the rear, so we are going to try and get the front end up to speed with it so it can be roughly even. All of that's being worked on for a separate video, but on this video we are going to be talking about and installing these driving lights that Suparee has graciously provided us. This is their 5-inch white LED spotlights that they have. They come in pairs and the normal hardware that we're used to, and they also come with a set of 3-prong leads for their wiring, because on top of their normal function as spotlights, they do come with a center driving light or a laser light that is accessed through this yellow wire that they have here. But let's actually get this stuff installed. First things first though, we are going to be removing these fog lights on the front grille that my dad installed, mainly because these things have stopped being useful after we installed the front bumper, made the hoops, had the winch control box moved to the top, and the license plate protruding out right here. It has significantly reduced the amount of light these things produced or just be able to throw out. Second, these things are now redundant. After installing the driving lights right on top of here, they will absolutely no longer be that useful. The third reason that we are removing them is because these things already have a wiring setup all the way into the cab of the 4runner, so we can just reuse the wirings that are leading up to these lights and basically save some time on wiring and switch setup right there and just have it ready to go. So let me get started with actually removing these first. So let's talk about the company that actually gave us these lights, Suparee. They are a company that specializes in off-road lighting and making it their mission to provide quality lights for whatever we might face in our journey. Their catalog of lights have a ton of Jeep-specific products like headlights, turn signals, and a lot more for a variety of years. They also have products that have a very universal application, such as rock lights, light bars, and these lights that I'm installing. And they do come in different styles. So if you guys want to check them out in person, they're going to be at this year's SEMA from November 5th to the 8th in the Las Vegas Convention Center. Alright, I got the lights off. I can't get the mounts off of the grill because in order to get the mounts off, I need to get to the nut on the back side, and I kind of can't get to them without removing most of the front bumper, and I don't have enough time for that today, so they'll just stay until I decide to mess with the bumper again, which would actually be pretty soon. But on the bright side, I did get the wires trimmed up and everything released from it, so this will be ready for the driving lights whenever I get to them. I'm just going to zip tie the wires back down to the grill right here and then zip tie them onto this hoop so that it can run along the hoop and get to the wires as neatly as possible. Now to the installing the lights. They come with a bag of mounting hardware, but because of how my mounts are, I'm gonna have to do something slightly different. I wanted everything on the bumper to be a little bit more unique when it comes to how I have this rig set up. One unique thing that I wanted to do was that for all driving lights that were gonna be mounted onto the bumper, I kind of wanted them to be underslung and not just mounted to the bottom portion of the bumper. One of the main reasons for that is because I kind of think they're cooler to look at and it's more unique to see, but because of how I made the mounts, I used C-channel and I didn't use the flat portion on the bottom, but it's a simple fix for whatever driving light I'm going to use. I'm just gonna have an extended bolt and run a spacer to basically give it that enough room to clear the gap. Should be easy enough, and this should be an easy install. Okay, I got the lights installed on top. And again, it looks a little bit more unique when you have them underslung on the hoops, so I am already okay with this. Now on to the wiring. I think I'm just gonna hook up both the daytime function and the main function of the spotlights together so that both of them are functional at the same time, and it saves me a little bit of trouble with the wiring situation because I only have one button to use. I want to make the best of these lights while they're in use. Alright, I got everything wired up. The loom is in place. I do have this stuff exposed right here because I do want this thing just exposed just in case I want to cut it off and then take this entire thing off and add a different line, but I just wanted it there. Most of this loom is under some electrical wrap and is ready to go. All I'm going to do now is a function test and see if these lights work as I intended it to be with the line that I have. I'm going to start the car and then see if these things work. Okay, so as the function test showed, these things work and they work well. Now the only thing that is left for me to do is actually bring them out to the trail and see how well they actually light up the trail as I'm driving at night. Now that we're on trail, let's see how well these lights work. Whether if I was chasing my buddies or doing the leading, these things were literally lighting up everything in front of me. These things were just working out there. I was actually pleasantly surprised on how bright they were. They even cut past my fog lights, and their throw, especially with the center laser spots, was just out there in front of me. Here's a look for comparisons to what's already on the 4runner. Here are just the headlights, now the driving lights, now the entire light array in front of the bumper. Here's a different angle of it. These things just give that much more light and really just add to your nighttime driving ability. So if you guys would like to check these lights out, there's an Amazon link in the description down below, as well as a link to the product on their website. Use the coupon code on the screen for an additional 15% off. Thanks again to Suparee for providing these lights, and if you guys like this type of content, please like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, be safe and tread lightly.